You see, watch Jason walk into the gym. He'd be high-fiving people, rapping, doing whatever.
I think it's like every time I'm walking somewhere, it feels like the time is slowed down. You can't tell by the way I walk. Just all the ladies, man. No time to talk. What's up?
All right, and welcome back to The Price for Paradise. My name's Woody, a.k.a. Creston Woods, and with me today, we're bringing back an old friend. He was on the audio podcast, but now we got him on video because he's a good-looking guy, and he's getting ready for his show in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
So, Mr. Jason Strahan,
how y'all
what's going
doing?
on, brother?
Nice to see y'all again. Good to be back here. I see you upgraded, good equipment. Okay, we're in the game. Let's get it.
We're in the game now. Yeah,
no more playing around now.
Yeah,
okay.
Now you're on YouTube, bro.
Now we're on YouTube. Is it YouTube?
Yeah, it's on YouTube now.
Oh, let me make sure I'm looking good.
Right. So, Mr. Jason, he's had a whole bunch of life things going on lately. Like he's a new dad.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
How old?
4 months. 4 months and like 2 weeks, I think it is. But yeah.
And how many diapers have you changed specifically?
And I remember when you first told me, you were like, you go through about 20,000 diapers.
Yeah,
like
we did the math. Yeah.
I was like, yeah, right. You do, because I changed about, I'm saying 5 a day.
Well, do you change them?
Oh yeah.
Oh, you get in there?
Me and my wife. Well, she does about 5, and I do about 5.
Oh, okay.
So he's going a lot, But they're not all the time number 2s. It could be just P too.
Yeah.
So but the diaper gets heavy. I tell you that, it gets heavy. It's all new for me.
And now he's gonna grow up in the gym. You're gonna raise him to be, an athlete.
An athlete. I wanna put him, set his life on track where he has some generational wealth. Where I can get him if he doesn't, don't get me wrong, everyone, goes to college, but nowadays people are starting to not be workers now, but be more business owners. So I'm trying to get him in the right path to, if you want to be your own business owner, but when you get that age, I'm gonna help you. Go ahead and help you do it.
Yeah.
I don't want you just having to think that you have to work for somebody your whole life, work up the chain, get paid from somebody else.
You're blazing the trail.
You're blazing the trail,
setting him up for success.
Yeah, for success. So I want to make sure that I have everything in place where he has the right decisions to make when he gets to that point, but have a lot more variety of where he can go with his life.
Yeah. And so how long were you trying? And I know you've wanted to do this for a couple of years.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been talking to you for a while. And so
we were trying for like 4 years, 5+, 4 years, the sport of bodybuilding, there's good and it's good and bad. You stay in shape. The bad is that you run your body real low when it comes to reproduction, when it comes to
fertility stuff,
when it comes to everything, because you're dieting all year, you're at a low body fat all year, your body doesn't want to be down there that long,
and you have artificial testosterone, some other stuff that's not natural
on it. So and then just like not giving your body a break, that's the main thing. Not giving your body a break to be normal. So then my body didn't know how to be normal for a long time. So me and my wife went the IVF route.
Oh yeah. And how did that go? How was that process? Can you give me an example of how that goes?
Yeah. So what you do with the IVF is that you take the egg from the wife, the sperm from the man, and then you're able to inseminate them together, and then actually what is it called? Fertilize the egg. Yeah. What's good about IVF is that you get to pick your sperm, pick the best egg, so that already your son's starting out with the best chances of being like a superhero.
Yeah.
So I didn't want no dumb sperm running around in a circle, So I was like, I got to pick. I saw some of them. I got to pick he's a dummy.
That's my guy though.
Yeah, right here. He's a swimmer.
Yeah.
So I get to pick which one I wanted, and it planned out good because when he was born, just due to the situation, God works in mysterious ways. But he was born with the cord around his neck. He was born not breathing, brain swollen, lungs not working, everything not working. But since we gave him the best chances with the biggest, more healthiest, a situation, and made him easier to bounce back to what we have now, what he's double the size right now, healthy, all his stuff passing, everything is doing good,
Yeah.
So it was a scare at first, but how everything went, I just thank God for putting us in the right position with the IVF process. Insurance covered probably 90% of it.
Oh, amazing.
So it's usually around 25,000, 30,000. Man, we came out of pocket just barely anything, So
Amazing.
it was all good, and then like what was good is that we still got probably like 7 or 8 eggs just sparing, frozen right now. So because I told my wife next year I do want to have a girl too.
Yeah,
Because
you gonna do another one?
yeah, every
Yeah.
man needs to have like a little a softer side of him, the girl.
Of course,
You
yeah.
have to have that. So I'm glad that we got that, in the works, and that's for later on in the future. But there's no rush now because we have everything done already. So for me, for my body, I can keep on doing bodybuilding now, not worrying about tearing my body up and having to go like I did last time of being out of bodybuilding for about 2 years to get my body right for the reproduction.
Yeah, yeah. I remember you took like a little break from bodybuilding. You're like,
bodybuilding.
I got to get my fertility in check. I
Yeah.
got to get things going again. But
Hormones,
now,
everything.
now you can go all in
I
again.
can go all in again. So yeah, so we're back on it right now. We're looking the best we ever looked right now. Oh, you got video here?
Yeah, stand up. Let's show
So,
it off.
we
Show it
got the
off.
abs right here. Oh.
Oh my gosh, cheese grater, bro.
But yeah, so now we're looking the best we've ever looked right now, and yeah, so like everything pans out good. Everything's going good, going perfectly. So, can't complain there. We're gonna see how the show goes. Also in the process, I'm actually closing on my house right now. The same time as this is prep. I didn't plan it.
It's like prep house, baby.
Man,
This is life. It's
prep
all
house,
at once.
baby. No carbs moving. So
Yeah.
like everything is like all within the next 2 weeks. But as I get back from the show, then I'll have some dirty food. I'll have a new house to be in.
Yeah.
Nice calm for the winter time. The weather's perfect outside.
It's like a step into the next stage of life,
next
right?
stage
Like
now.
being a dad. Like
Yeah,
this is
yeah.
your transition, and you're in it right now.
Yeah, we're in it right now. And then the dad part is like, there's nothing better than being a dad. I remember I talked to you about the fatherhood stuff, earlier. But like when you have that little one, it's something different that like clicks in you. But like it's like the most happiest thing though.
Yeah,
It's
it's
crazy.
like turned on though,
Yeah,
like that
it's
protector
turned on.
instinct, and that like that's my kid. I
Yeah,
gotta
yeah.
provide. I gotta
Yeah.
show him the way.
Show them the way, So my whole thinking was different. Back in the day, I used to spend about 2,000 a month on shoes and gear, clothing, all that stuff.
Oh yeah.
I spend nothing no more. No shoes no more. No clothing no more. It's all for little man now.
Yep, all little
All for
man,
little man now.
right?
So,
And
the mentality changes. Even me working, my different hustle, me grinding now. I'm grinding for something now.
yeah,
So
and there's a purpose.
it's a purpose now.
And
There's a purpose.
it's better than like going for the shoes and the stuff, right?
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it,
yeah.
like,
The
it's, like
material
who
things
cares
are
about
nothing.
that stuff
Material
now that
things
you
mean
got this?
nothing.
It's like
Yeah.
that's why I want to put that money there.
Yeah. So with him, I already got him probably every pair of Jordans, 15, 20 pair of Jordans.
He started his collection instead.
He got everything right. Some of my clients for the baby shower, they went all out on him. I'm talking about like he don't need nothing for like 10 years. They went
awesome.
all out on him. Shout out to my clients. Thank you all for the baby shower and what y'all did. Y'all show love. So.
Yeah, and then what like how much sleep you been getting, and like
Oh,
I
barely
mean
anything.
that's like one of the things that really important for bodybuilding. So like
Yeah.
you napping, like what are you doing?
Barely getting that. I mean, when he was born, he was in the NICU department for like a whole month, and then my wife was separate from him for a month for another hospital. So she never get to saw him for a whole
Oh my
month.
gosh.
Yes. So it was me going to the hospital
Terrible.
to go see her, get her breast milk, go to him, check up on him while he's being recovery, getting back to normal, going back,
Why
taking
would
the
they-
dogs out.
Why'd they do that?
But because they had to air vac him out because they couldn't help him at the hospital.
Oh,
He wasn't
okay.
breathing.
Okay.
Nothing. So,
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
so, so as soon as he came out, and then my wife had an emergency C-section. No
Okay,
medication
yeah.
to cut her cold turkey up, cold turkey up. And then with him, they had to air vac him. As soon as he came out, he wasn't breathing. And they asked me, sir, we need to take him somewhere because we can't help him no more here. And me,
Yeah.
my first one, I'm like this, just brain dead, just like, what do you mean?
You're
What's
like,
going
what-
on?
yeah, like-
I said, what's going on right now? But the whole way I found out to go to the hospital was crazy. I was actually on the couch sitting there the Friday that she turned 37 weeks. Sitting there, just sitting on the couch. God had talked to me and said, you need to go to the hospital now. And then I was like, you need to go to the hospital now. We don't do it. She has no contractions yet.
Yeah.
So I went and told her, I was like, we got to go to the hospital now. She's like, well, the midwife said that we ain't got to go there now. I said, okay, never mind. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. So I went back to the couch, sat there, prayed a little bit. God told me, tell her this. If you don't go right now, that's on her. I went and told her that, We jumped in the car for a checkup. Ended up like she had to be there now because if we weren't there, they wouldn't be able to save him in time with the cord around his neck and everything.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So and the nurse all asked me like, "How did you know to come up here right now?" I was
Yeah.
like, "God told me to get up and go check it out." And they were looking at me like, "How do you know this?" And I was like, "Hey, I'm gonna tell you right now," because they were like, "If you were at your house and tried to come over, the baby was done." So they got him out within like 2 seconds getting there to fly him out to the hospital, and then he was there for that
my
month.
gosh.
So I was going around visiting everybody for 2 months, no sleep.
Yeah.
I talk about no sleep. I probably got like a day, like maybe 1 30-minute nap every day.
Oh man.
And you see me, I was still training here.
Yeah, no, he's still here every day.
Still
Like,
training
you
here,
know,
but I don't know
he would
how
pop
I
in and
got
he'd
through it.
leave and he'd pop back and he's just,
I don't know
dude.
how, bro, I did it, you know. And then now after he's born, I still get no sleep.
You're on the other half of it.
So I get it probably because my wife puts in the bed around maybe 10 or 11. So I gotta wait for him to go to bed so that I can go in the room, you know, so I don't wake him up. So I'm going to bed around 11 o'clock. I'm getting up at 2 o'clock every day for my cardio still.
Yeah.
2 o'clock, being here at 4 o'clock. And then when I get off of work at 10, so I have shorter hours now. But since I get off and I take little man all day, I'm going to IKEA with him, Costco, you know, we're going all over. So like after I get off of work here, the dash shift starts, but there's no sleep again.
Yeah.
But I don't know how I'm doing
You're
it right
always
now.
on dad shift.
Yeah, and then, especially with doing a show right now, and they're closing on the house this week too.
Dude,
I don't know how it's going. I don't know.
you're juggling.
Ask me
That's
after,
so
you know,
impressive, bro.
I'm on autopilot right now. I don't know what's going on.
Oh man. And then so taking it a little bit off of the kid and then like how like has your prep like how's your workouts been? Like when you're in the middle of all this craziness, like
Man,
how did you make it through all that? Like and eating.
I'm not gonna lie, like this prep is probably my prep I've done the least for. I don't know what it is. Cause I'm so tired after signing contracts, doing with the baby, being at work, like I don't want to work out at all. So I'm going to the gym for like 45 minutes to an hour, doing like 3 power lifts, you know.
Big stimulants.
Yeah, big stim, you know, get the CNS going, you know, and then I'm leaving, doing some posing, and I'm leaving, but I'm doing like probably 5 days a week, but minimal things right now. But I think that with having the less hours working is keeping my body in a good position where my cortisol is not spiking. So my body is able to still make the gains without doing a whole bunch right now.
Yeah, and it was good. Like you just came off of another show like not too long ago, so you kind of
Right
had
before
that like
baby.
right before baby you had a show, so
Yeah.
that was like a great like you did a prep to that one.
Yeah, so
that kind
I-
of set you up for
yeah.
success for this
So
one.
I've been in prep for a whole year now. I've been dieting for a whole year, you know. But what's good is that like, I don't know, it's going good though, because my body looks right now best as ever looked right now. Like I'm ahead of the game right now, but it's hard for me to believe because I have to eat a burger and fry every day right now just to keep
Just
my
to
body
keep your calories up.
Keep my calories up because I'll burn everything off and then I'll go real flat real fast.
What's your calorie load right now?
Probably around like 3,500.
3,500 and losing weight.
losing weight, and then you know, shout out to Whataburger, you know, double Whataburger, that's my thing. No cheese though, you know, double fry.
Yeah. Stay away from cheese.
But that's what's keeping my body full. But I'm burning everything off and waking up the next day with the same weight. It's crazy.
Oh my gosh.
Crazy right now.
And you also mentioned God. And so like how has this like impacted your faith? I know you had a faith before, but like is this only just solidified a lot of it? Because
So the thing is, it's crazy. I'll show you the whole story here. So with God, I take it back to the Jerusalem days because God's name was Yahweh back in the day.
Yeah.
You know, Jerusalem. So like we say Yah. So when you hear me say Yah, that means God. You know.
Yeah.
So Yah. We were trying for about 4 years to get pregnant. You know. My pastor told me that if he has to make a promise to God here, you know, to Yah, and then do everything according to the Bible, like with having all the feast days, the Passovers, all that stuff that's written in Leviticus, that he would bless you with a kid. So it wasn't until a year later, the same day, that we made the promise that my wife got pregnant that same day.
No
a
way.
Year later, bro.
Oh.
A year later. So and then my pastor, so when everything was happening with him being born, not breathing this and this, my pastor called me and said, "This is your test right now. You have to pass the test. But remember, you promised to Yah, you promised to God, He's not going to bring you here to leave you alone right now."
Yeah,
You know,
he only gave you what you're strong enough to handle.
Exactly, you know. So we went through all this. I was like, so it was hard though, still hearing that, but seeing him like lifeless, you know. But I gave it to him every night at the hospital. I stay with him. I stay with him like every night. Read scriptures over him. Prayed with him, go see my wife, pray with her, go home, take the dogs out, go back to the hospital with him. I did that for a whole month and a half. You know, every night I was in the hospital with him. But, you know, I feel like I had to go through that just for me to get to where I'm at faith-wise right now. So now, like when things come in my life now, I don't really trip about them because I feel like I've been through kind of the hardest stuff kind of in life when it came to my son and everything being born. And, you know, I've seen God really work where I look at my son every day like, oh, how can I not say that God or, you know, Yah is real when I saw him basically.
He blessed you exactly what you wanted. Like he got you there.
We went 5 years of trying, and then all of a sudden, the whole year later, the day that we promised for a year before that, she got pregnant about.
And you trusted it. And that was like you followed the plan. Like that was the big part.
It's
of
hard
it.
though. Don't get me wrong. Because the thing is, like we have life, we're still human.
Of
We're
course.
still human. So it doesn't matter. Like, so your faith has got to be like undoubtable faith. Almost when they say, with you can move a mountain, whatever they say, with a
Yeah.
mustard seed kind of thing. Yeah, but then once you go through something, it's going to test you, but it's going to make you the person that God wants you to be later on.
Yeah.
So every test, don't think of it as bad. Think of it as sculpting me up to how I'm going to be later on to deal with more things that's going to come my way later in the future.
Yeah, you got to take your traumas and use
gotta
them
take 'em,
instead of like running from them, coping from them, like
crying
fighting
about it.
them, like wrestling with God. You need to just accept where it's at,
Yep.
let it happen, and then also just follow the signs and follow the omens.
Yeah, just surrender yourself and give it to God, because there's nothing we can do about situations. Whatever things happen in our life, we're not supposed to deal with them. We're only human. But if you're surrendering it and then give it to God, then He usually works everything out. But when we do it ourselves, He doesn't like that, because then we're basically trying to be the God in our life, trying to do everything ourselves, and it never's gonna work out.
When you put all your focus into yourself, then you are the idol.
You are the idol, yeah.
Right? Or if you do it in your drug of choice, if you're drinking, whatever you put your money into, like that's what you're idolizing, right? And so, but if you can step outside of that and go just to God.
Yeah. It's hard though, because especially as a man, you want to, especially when it comes to your family, you want to take care of everything. You're like this,
Yeah.
I got the rent and do this right here, paid, I got to do this right now, I got to work more hours, but sometimes that's just running your body more into the dirt, more into the ground, more into somewhere that you shouldn't be at, so. But it's all a learning lesson, though.
Yeah.
Me, I'm going on 42 years old now. I actually don't want to tell nobody my age. I like tell people that I'm younger. But like it's been years of going through this stuff, and then finally I'm trying to get the hang of it.
Yeah, and me and James actually were talking about this, how to find that balance between working as hard as you can for your family and being there for your family, right?
Yeah.
Because you also like, you could be that guy that just goes to work and does all the things and pays for everything and whatever, but like you don't have a relationship with that kid. You're not present with them. You're not with them all the time, right? And so how do you find that balance?
And you got to be that, especially when it comes to your family, because everything your children go through, they see it through you. So if you're not there at the house, they're gonna look at another idol or somebody else just to fill your shoes of how they should be acting. So you want to be there for them to be able to give them that guidance of how to act, and not have them looking to YouTube to see somebody on there like a blogger or a YouTuber showing them how to be a man or get through life.
Well, yeah, there's there's 100 different opinions on the internet, right? And then there's all these contradictory things, but the only person that's lived a similar life to the kid is the dad.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
And so like the responsibility of a father is to, basically set up the path or like teach him the way.
Yeah.
And, collect those skills for yourself so you can give that to your kid, right?
Exactly. Yeah, it was weird for me at first here saying I got a kid though. It took me a long time. I barely started to
Dude, you're
understand
dad.
I know, it's crazy. I was like this. I still don't believe it. I look at him like this. I'm like, damn, I'm your dad. I was like, I was like, am I responsible enough?
I still feel like a kid.
So like, yeah, should I be doing this?
I still got the hardest dad body in the game.
Trying to be hardest dad body in the game. But every day it becomes more where you accept it more. But then the body is that's crazy how nature is. When it comes to like the animals that get born, they know what to do already to basically help their youngins out. Yeah. Same as us. When we have a kid, like some snaps in us to change up a little bit. So yeah.
So going forward, like you're gonna do this show, and then. Is there more shows in the future? What does that look like for you?
Yeah.
What are you going to do with that kind of plan?
I want to stay competing, because this is the only thing that I can show my son of how his dad was when it gets in the future. So many times we're like, we grow up, and then the only thing we have from our family are like your dad, or like, oh, hey, I heard your dad was a good athlete. But, then when he asks his friends, they're like, yeah, your dad was good. You're like, yeah, all right. He's just believing him because he's your boy. But like if your son can like look you up and see what you were, and like automatically put something into them like that hustle, that grind.
Yeah, you're like a legend.
Yeah,
you're like, my dad is like the man.
I'm trying to stay relevant as long as I can, because I know I'm gonna be an older dad, but I gotta stay in shape too. Bodybuilding keeps me in shape. If I don't have no restraint in doing the show, I'm at every fast food place, I'm at every sweets place, and just getting big. So it keeps me in line, just so I can keep my body, keep it looking younger longer.
Yeah, and I do believe like how you do anything is how you do everything. You're very structured with your workouts. You're very structured with your nutrition. You're very structured with your life. You're very structured with your kid. You're very structured with what you do.
Yeah.
And like, if that all falls in line, if you take care of that. So like the pursuit of the stage and winning the bodybuilding shows is only going to make you your best version of yourself, right? because that's your realm.
Yeah, in this realm. And then over the years, I kind of like lost the passion of being like a Mr. Olympia. I don't really care for like the titles no more. I mean, just because I know this sport is subjective.
It's
too.
a big politics game. Yeah.
Politics
And
game.
so,
I mean,
like,
you gotta believe it. If y'all get into a sport, you gotta understand that like you can be at your best, you can look better than someone else, but it's all about a business here. Who do they feel is going to raise their business? Who's going to bring more people to the business? You know.
Yeah.
So like me, like as long as I keep getting better every show, and to keep getting better, it helps out my personal training. People want to train with me, and then my son sees me, and then for me, it allows me to keep on going to get better and better, you know. So
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, that's better for me than going to Mr. Olympia. Even though I would love to be Mr. Olympia, then, but I know that the higher you get in the sport, the more you have to take away from your family, also.
It's so this way you're doing it is selfless versus the selfish way of doing it for you,
Yeah,
right?
for
You're not doing it for you.
Yeah.
And that would be like, yeah, Mr. Olympia would be great and all, but
I gotta start traveling. I gotta do this.
what's the price for that paradise?
There's a price for the paradise, you know. So, but the thing is, like, and a lot of bodybuilders, I mean, I'm making the same money they do without having to do all the shows.
Yeah.
I mean, I got a business that's been successful for like 15 years, you know. So, and then now I'm looking at doing more business ventures with like open up another business here, like maybe like a Little Caesars or something like that down the road, you know. So,
Oh yeah, Little Seeds.
I'm saying though, you know.
Yeah, are you gonna do a franchise? You gonna do something like something that's already established, something we can just make some side money on.
That will allow me to keep raising up like generational wealth and doing more businesses into my son, because I can show him
your entrepreneurship side,
you know, or maybe leave something to him, you know. So, you know,
very cool.
Because a lot of us, our parents leave us what, debt when they leave. You leave us debt, and now you're growing up, and you got already a debt report card. You ain't got nothing when you turn 18 and you're over there struggling. You know, better than somebody setting you up for a business. You got money here. You got life insurance policy. You got this. Now go into life and do what you want to do.
Yeah, it's much easier to start without any debt or anything. A clean slate, right? Clean slate. But I don't know if we all get a clean slate in this world, but we got to do what we can with it, right? Yep. But if you have the choice, I'm gonna give my kid a clean slate.
I'm giving him a clean slate, you know. I'm gonna give him some cars, like a '67 Camaro, probably have that on the side for him. Maybe like another Mustang GT 500, you know, just to keep him on the side, you know, just so he can floss later on too. You know, I want to make sure to take care of everything.
All right, now how do you teach work ethic when you give them so much? Because that is like the rich kid syndrome, right? And so there's this other side of it, right, where how we have to, make sure that they don't go crazy.
So my wife says the same thing to him. She said, "No, you need to give him like an old Honda Accord." You know,
let him get a beater first car.
Get a beater first, you know. But if I was like, well, I have to instill. I feel like if I was a good enough father, I can instill in him the work ethic too, of like how I grinded to get there, you know, more than But it's like a two-way street, because you know. He could click on and understand the work ethic and how to get there, you know, through what I do and being more hands-on with him. Or you could just give him nothing in life and then like give him the beater, and he has to grind, work out the dominoes, do all that to get up.
Try to make it just like you did. Yeah.
But then when you have that, you also got to think of, you know, that person dealing with the world, dealing with life, think about negativity, and then putting themselves into a whole thing that they can never get out, because they only know their environment they're around.
Yeah, you get used to it, right? Yeah, and then that's your patterons for later on in life. Is like, I'm okay with being poor because I'm used to it, right? And so like
that's how I grew up. You know, we grew up poor. So like me, I've been working full time since 14 years old, you know. I should be retired already, but we're no Social Security no more. So, but yeah, my first job was a full-time job at Food City, and I've been working ever since 13 and a half, 14 years old.
And bring out some of the old businesses,
you know,
Freak of Nature,
Food City. I worked there at Mervis for some. I've done probably like 30 jobs.
Oh,
you know, Bread Route. I've worked Repo. I've worked Drive Time. I've done everything. Mortgage. I've done everything. Man, I've done everything. A golf course, you know, attendant. I've done everything, you know. But me, like, I'm always about the hustle. I'm all about getting that money in, being on my own. Like me growing up, my brother stayed at home till they were like 23 years old. Me, I was trying to move out at like 13, 14.
Get me out of here.
I needed to get my own life, get my own money. My parents are broke already, so I was like, no, let me get my own bread, you know, so I can be able to start going on. And I have friends that were doing things not the right way, making money. So like I tried to see that as a hustle. Like, okay, you got money to go out here and buy Jordans, let me just work more, and then I can buy the same thing but legally, you know. So
yeah.
You know?
And you went the right route. I like it.
Route,
yeah.
You know? No felonies. You know?
Not yet. Just kidding.
I can do it at 40 now. I can't go to jail at 40, boy.
No, he's his best self at 40. You know, he said he's in his best shape of his life.
Mm-hmm.
He's having, the big transitions. The kid Dude, this is your year.
Yeah, it's going good. Praise y'all, praise God. So I've been through a lot, but it's been good to get me here. But I know if I didn't go through all that, I wouldn't be the man I was today. So like I'm saying, all the stuff I went through, even being poor, I've lived poor for like probably a year and a half of my life. You know, living on friends' couches, having no money, donating plasma just for $20 just to get around. I've done that for a long time. You know, so
Yeah.
I've been through like a roller coaster, up and down. That's why I can relate to so many people because I've been at the top and the bottom. I've been everywhere. You
Yeah,
know, been everywhere. Doesn't matter.
and you're not afraid to tell people about it
Nah.
either. You know, you have some
Yeah.
of the best stories,
Oh,
and
yeah,
like
been there,
honestly,
done that. I mean, Playboy, you know.
yeah, Playboy
I've
Mansion. This guy, he's
yeah,
crazy.
Been there, done it all. You know, firefighting before I did the Shark Tank. I was a firefighter too first, so I've done all that.
Yeah,
know?
man. And for a lot of guys, they're out there. They look up to you. They see you. That you're the man in the gym. Like everyone knows you here.
Oh, thank
and
you.
like, what do you say to those like aspiring bodybuilders that want to be like you? And like, where do they start? What do they do? Like mindset wise to get them
Find out what you're doing it for first. If
the why.
The why, because then people get into bodybuilding for reasons of like just a
Aesthetic.
social standard, or they want to be noticed by people. They want to think they're going to get a career and income from it. You go broke going bodybuilding. You know, you got to have something, a real job too, to push it. You know, because if you're going through the ranks, you're gonna spend so much money on bodybuilding just trying to get to the pro level, and then 90% of people never go pro, and they waste like their whole life being at a dead end job trying to go pro, and then they're still at a call center at 50, 60 years old. You know, swollen in a cubicle with a water jug still. You know,
All stuck in his tube.
yeah. Polo shirt wrinkled up here, arms don't fit. You know, so the thing you got to make sure that what you're doing, like me, I did bodybuilding on the side just to pump up my my clothing company.
Yeah, for
You know?
Freaking Nature, right? Because you
Freaking
went out to
Nature.
the like Olympia and you
Olympia
started
sold
getting
out,
the
Arnold
clothes
sold
to
out.
those guys.
You know,
Yeah.
I was on bodybuilding.com for like 10 years. I sold to like 35, 40 countries doing this. So I had distributing deals. I was making like 200 grand a month here with the Freaking Nature, you know? So
Yeah.
but the thing is, so that gave me enough drive and money to go and do bodybuilding, you know? But for me to do bodybuilding broke, you know, you got to worry about your food. I mean, just your groceries alone are going to break you.
Oh my
you
gosh.
know?
And then like
Yeah.
when we're eating 3,000, 4,000,
calories.
5,000 calories,
Yeah,
that's
calories.
two people. That's
Yes.
two.
I mean, I'm talking about, it makes it hard to be able to date or have somebody in your life with you, because I mean, you can't have
Yeah.
no money to go out with them, and then you start limiting your life where you can't do things already. Like, so like the time of your life we need to be networking, meeting people, you'll be inside the house alone, solo, eating meals, not meeting nobody because you're frustrated about the no carbs, and then that's no place for you to get when you need to grind the most to get to another place in your life.
Yeah.
know,
And
so-
if you go out with your friends, they'd be like, oh, have this drink,
Yeah.
eat this chip, do
Yeah.
this thing. And it's just all just like, and you're like, no. And
Yeah.
you're just shunning it all
Shut
out. And
everybody
it's
out.
like,
or
yeah.
it could be where like a girl that you want asks you on a date, and then all of a sudden you're at the date, and then you can't eat this because you got a show, and then you can't be relaxed or normal because you have this whole thing about you're 6 weeks out from a show, and you're gonna be this where you need to be, where you don't know this girl could be your next wife, but then you're not showing them the real you, you're showing them a bodybuilder you.
yeah.
You know, closed off to the world. You know, so you gotta know what you're doing, why you're doing it, or if you're doing it just for a hobby. If you're doing it for a hobby, then keep it hobby. Do it like a show once a year, maybe thing. Keep your life regular. Do it for the health aspect.
Yeah, it's a super healthy sport
Yeah.
until the cut.
Yeah, to the cut. You know? So do it like that. But some people do a show and then they go crazy with it. 3-4 shows, they're going back to back, and then
They get
their
addicted.
Relationship, yeah, they get addicted to it. They're like, "Ah, I'm hooked on it. I'm like, oh no, here we go, you know. But
Yeah.
but you know, this sport hooks a lot of people, and now that the world's changing to being more fit, being more influencers now, the sport's growing like out of control.
Well, everyone's a bodybuilder, dude.
Everybody, you know. So like, how many back in
Like
the day
even the
when-
athletes be
even the
capping
athletes,
out.
yeah,
Yeah.
athletes want to be here, you know. So it's crazy because back in the day when I competed, I've been competing for like 10 years, over like 60 shows, you know. So back in the day, people looked at me like, man, you are different, bro. Why are you doing this stuff? And now people are like, it's more accepted everywhere now.
Yeah.
People are doing it. So people who are not doing it, they're almost looking at like, bro, you don't do a show. What are you doing? Like kind of thing. So it's crazy how everything has changed over the year. Social media, of course.
Yeah.
Social media make you want to look a different way, live a different way, and you can't be yourself no more. So
Oh,
it's
yeah.
a good and bad thing, you know.
I have been talking to a lot of people about AI and like some of this
Yeah.
stuff and like the future. They said someone always like gives up like that. Have you seen the movie Wall-E?
Mm-hmm.
You know, where they're all fat and they're like, you know, riding around on their carts. I don't think the future is going to be that way. I think everyone's going to be jacked. We got all these designer drugs. We got GLP-1 agonists. We got testosterone. There are all these peptides. Like they're lowering risks on stuff, and then they're, I think everyone's going to be a lot more fit and jacked in the future. We might not be smart because we, have been using our AIs to do everything for us. But I don't think that we're going to have that bigger reality. I think we're going to have the leaner, jacked reality.
And the thing that's good for us because the government wants to kill us off anyway with bad food. So the more we can be healthy, man, that's gonna improve our population. So we won't be the fat country, like we are.
Yeah.
But peptides are the way of the future. I got a cocktail with peptides that just keep you looking young forever.
Oh, so tell me what's the stack? I need to know what's going on.
Tune in next week and I'll give you the stack for $29.99. No, but there's one I take right now. I got a lot of my clients on it right now. It's called epithyline.
Epithyline.
I don't know if you heard it, but
no.
They had it on Joe Rogan. They had a lot of places like Dr. Huberman. Have you heard
of
him?
Yeah.
Man, he's the man.
He's the man.
He's the man. This type of peptide, and they're not steroids, y'all. So basically peptides are broken down chains of protein or aminos your body makes, but now you inject them to your body to increase the amount of what your body could do and
produce naturally.
Naturally. So and your body recognizes them more than a steroid because your body's making this already. Mm-hmm. So epithyline, it replaces your old cells with new cells.
Oh, nice.
So just say you have bad cells was causing you blindness, it's going to replace those. It's actually been shown to heal. To cure blindness,
like macular degeneration, not necessarily blindness, but look at it, all the way to blindness.
Bro, you better look at it.
From a blind person all the way in.
Yeah.
All right, I gotta look it up. I gotta look it up.
So remember, if you're replacing all degenerate cells with new cells, the body won't age no more.
Yeah.
And then if you do it enough here with a healthy lifestyle, with everything else, you can prolong to where you're looking at your best longer.
Yeah. No, I see a lot of these guys biohacking age and doing trying to live a lot longer, but I think it's not necessarily reversing aging, but slowing it down to a point to where it's not you're not aging a year in a year, you're aging half a year in a year and stuff like that.
You can regenerate.
Oh.
Yeah, look at me. I'm 42
all right,
years old.
all right.
I'm 42 years old, looking like I'm 20.
You look good. You do. You do look good.
People always ask me what's going on, but I've been using it now for a whole year straight. But what it's done for me, my digestion. But this is why my digestion is so crazy right now. I gotta have a hamburger because I'm burning so fast. And my metabolism,
utilizing it all.
Utilizing everything. So that, also with BPC 157.
I take BPC too.
I knew it.
Yes.
And they're the BPC oral.
I take the oral. That's so I don't do the injectable. I've never done anything injectable, but I do take the oral because of gut health.
Yeah, that's what I use it for.
And so BPC's body protective compound created in the gut, right?
So
and
it helps you break down food faster, metabolize food. And then I use the injectable too on different nicks and knacks that my body may get with shoulders, this.
Especially the harder you work, right? You're going to get some of that,
Yeah. But it's done wonders for the body. That, plus NAD for the liver, there's different things out there you can help your body just be at its best if you're eating the right things too. I don't do too much sugars at all either. I don't do no dairy or sugars, So my body feels like it's just every day waking up is getting better and better every day, So I know a lot of people are kind of shunned away against their peptides. All I'm saying is do your research now.
Well, yeah, peptides are way safer than steroids. So I'm not saying I'm advocating for either or anything right now, but I'm just saying if you're looking at the two, a lot safer risk reward ratio with peptides than anabolics.
Plus they're healthy for the body, And so me, my whole thing right now after having my son is not about being jacked or being swole for long. Mine's about just being healthy for long as I can. Because if you ask any rich man who's on his deathbed, what does he want? He wishes he was healthy longer.
He'd spend all his money.
Exactly. So health is wealth right now. And then COVID taught us that when people were dying. So people start understanding how much health is the aspect, especially when they took the gyms away from us. And then when you go home, you can't go nowhere. Then all you see is burger commercials and this commercial to make you keep on being obese.
Yep, and they're just brainwashing you to go buying more and more fast food and this. So it's all brand awareness and brand imaging.
So you got to be cognitive of what you guys are doing, how you're treating your body, because the better your body is healthy, the more healthier your mind is to make more money, to be positive longer, to receive the benefits.
Yeah.
So when you walk around unhealthy, overweight, you're waking up every morning mad at the world, mad at yourself, and then now you with the laws of attraction, you're gonna produce what? More negativity.
More negativity.
You
You're
know,
attracting negative people around you.
negative
Why?
around you.
Because you're
You're
negative.
negative already, negative Nancy. So if you go ahead and positive, eat good, body feeling good, you're walking out naked, looking at yourself like, oh my gosh, we're killing it today. Your whole world is just changed up,
Yeah,
And,
that confidence radiates.
it radiates, and you can see someone who walks in confident. You can see somebody else who walks in
You
like.
see, watch Jason walk into the gym. He'd be high fiving people, rapping, doing whatever. Yeah.
I think it's like every time I'm walking somewhere, it feels like the time is slowed down. You can't tell by the way I walk. Just all the ladies, man. No time to talk. What's up? Feel
I love it. I love it. That's great.
So yeah. But that's also because I've known that one negative thought takes about 20 or something positive thoughts to basically like reprogram your mind.
Exactly. And I was about to ask you, like, what do you say you have to fix the body and the diet and everything to fix the mind, but what do you do for the mind to fix the body?
Meditation a lot. Sitting there, breathing slow, thinking about. So what I do is I put myself in a situation that I was at the happiest time of my life, and then I
Go to your
put
happy
myself,
place.
Yeah, happy place. And I put myself in how I felt when I was that happy, and then I'm sorry, but like then you can start to almost like start to like laugh or like feel that emotion. And remember, the mind is real. The mind is real crazy. So
Super powerful.
you can have a situation go on in your mind, and you feel like you're right there again.
Yeah, and the adrenaline field,
Yes.
like the cortisol field, like all that
yeah.
stuff's happening in your body
Yeah, so-
because you're there.
Yeah, so your mind feels like you're right there. So the thing is, but also the mind can do negative. You can have a situation happen in your life where it's negative, where it puts you at a uncomfortable spot, and then you can go into that and then shut your body whole down, create an illness, create a disease just from a negative type of thought, and then your body reacting off that negativity and emotionally expressing that.
Oh yeah.
You know,
I tell people.
mind is a crazy. Our minds are just a whole nother level. Like they created. That's what I say. God, how can you not believe in God? Like, I mean, how you get this
This
mind
hyper
we have?
complex mind.
I'm
Yeah,
saying,
like it's
yeah,
crazy.
we could think of something and then automatically put our body in the same situation we were there 20 years ago, and know the emotion, and also start laughing and start crying right there from the emotion. It's crazy,
And that's why music's so powerful.
Yes.
Like with music is like one, you're hearing the artist's version of that emotion,
Yeah.
right? And that's their story. But then maybe you tailor it to that event that you had with your friend, and then every time you hear that song, pulls you back to that emotion, puts you back in
I
that
got
place.
so many songs like that.
But if you have like a lot of people ruminate with that, and they get the sad song and they think about that time their heart was
Yeah.
broken, and
Heartbroken,
then they
cheated
love
on.
all these sad songs and they just keep playing them over and
Playing
over,
them
and they
over.
can't get out of that mental.
Yeah.
Like you got to check your brain diet as much as
Yes,
you check
brain
your
diet.
stomach
Brain
diet.
diet, yes.
Yeah.
Brain diet. Because I'm telling you, like, it's all your actions, all about how you perceive everything that changes your whole day, how you're making money, how successful you are in life with everything.
Yeah.
Just know you can get new business if you're not going to it with a positive aspect. Going to an interview with a positive aspect, you're gonna radiate that to the person interviewing you. Going to the interview knowing
Nervous.
that,
I was
nervous.
shaking.
I'm not qualified. I lied on my cover sheet of resume.
Yeah,
You're
right.
gonna be there like this, looking at, yeah, I did that 10 years ago. Okay.
You can tell when someone's lying to you, and you can tell when someone's genuine to you, and
Oh,
you can see it
yeah.
in their eye. Like,
See the eyes.
especially like, or like if you talk about something and like the newbie, and I get so excited about talking about the newbie. I'm talking nervous system. I'm talking shock, and like you can tell that person likes that thing, and they are really into it, and they're really passionate about it. Right? Passion is shown.
Passion shown. Yeah. You can't fake passion. You can't fake empathy. You can't fake emotion.
You can
that's
fake
why-
some of them.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
look like you're doing it,
Yeah.
but and like if they're not aware, they might
Yeah.
not notice.
Yeah.
But someone who's very aware and very
Yeah.
like present in
Yeah.
that situation, they can hear it all.
They can hear it all. Yeah, that's the reason why I don't really text them about something serious, because you don't know the emotion with text.
Oh yeah,
can't
you
feel-
can. There's no
Someone
context.
can get it.
like,
Someone
yeah.
get in and think the whole different thing, but what you said on text. But that's another situation, though. Yeah.
Yeah, no. There's
Yeah.
you can't hear like the tone. You can't
Yeah.
see the body language. There's
body
so many
language.
other factors to
So
it.
many other factors. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, man, this has been absolutely phenomenal. And any last things you want to bring up here before we get you out of here? Any things that golden nuggets for the people?
Let's see here. Just being woke about your world, where you are, and what you have. What you have to give the world. If you're just if you're here just breathing, wasting breath, See what you're good at. Everyone has a quality or a skill that they can give to somebody and make the most out of it and be their own boss. But sometimes we get burnt out of being at work all day where we turn our mind off because we don't want to think about the next step of life where we could be at. So
Hmm.
always have some time for yourself to brainstorm of what you would do if you had a limited money, and then what would you do in a career, and to start making yourself having paths to get to that place. Because not knowing that our minds are the only thing keeping us away from being wherever we want to be. So if you put your mind into a situation, or every day have at least 20, 30 minutes to meditate onto where you want to be at in life or what makes you happy, you would keep from being keep the pressure from the social weighing you down to keep you in one spot. And I was there for so long working for different companies doing this, and then it wasn't until I did the Shark Tank thing, and I started traveling with like Damon John, or like Robert Hersheybeck and them, and start seeing their lifestyle, and that's how I'm meeting more people with money with their lifestyle, and I can have this lifestyle because nothing different from what they're doing to what I'm doing. It's just that they have a different thing in their mind where they won't accept failure, and then just like Bill Gates and all them, they're comfortable with failing. You gotta be comfortable with failing because people fail and then they think the world is gone. Failing only means that you something didn't work for you, but there's many more things to do. So you got to keep on being positive and keep on seeing different things that you could be successful with, and just act on it, and but put 100% towards it. You may fail 6 times out of 10, but those other four, you may have something that may put you in a spot where the rest of your life is good.
And sometimes you need to fail 6 times to get to that win.
You
You
got
have
to,
to fail
got
more,
to.
like get through the failures
Yes.
faster so that you can get to the successes.
Gotcha. I failed at a lot of things in life, a lot of things. But if I didn't do that, I wouldn't be right here where I'm doing the personal training, loving what I do in life, supporting my family, doing everything. But like, yeah, I just think about a lot of my friends who accepted the failure, accepted they didn't want to take a chance, and then they'd rather work for somebody else because they rather get the money given to them than go hustle for that money to get the whole check.
Yeah, but like when it's given to you, you have no,
Yeah.
you're not grateful for
You're
it.
not grateful.
You're not gonna have the work ethic to
Yeah.
build it yourself. Like you definitely need to, be grateful for everything that comes to you in
Yeah.
life.
Yeah, and thing is, worry about the situations and your people around you in your life. God puts you around people for a reason who are successful, not for you to hate on them for the success, but to get to get what do you call it, like get info or like learn how they got that success for you to get to that same spot later on.
Yeah,
So
the price for paradise.
yeah, price for paradise. Everyone you around for a reason, and then everyone's going to give you something that you take from them to get you to the next step in life. So you want to cherish your relationships and also always introduce new relationships. Don't close yourself off with the same friends. Like I used to go to Native New Yorker all the time just for wing night. One night I went there, met this one dude, billionaire dude. Didn't know like he's one of the friends just to go chill with. We used to go to strip clubs, all that. But that's another part of my life. But didn't know that this dude funded me to start my own clothing company. Give me 10,000 and led me to Shark Tank, led me to doing the bodybuilding.com, led me to doing everything right now. But it got my mentality into working for myself. The main thing is to plant the seed for me to do everything by myself and not work for no one.
Mm-hmm.
That's the biggest thing. Just going to get some wing, lemon pepper.
Yeah, and so learn from everyone you can, and then teach as much as you can, because the best way to learn is to teach. And
Yes.
like I'm sure you created this ginormous bodybuilding knowledge by helping many other people with their concepts of their bodybuilding.
I'm quick to give knowledge for people because I've been there and done that. So I'm trying to share everything, the diamonds I got, and share them with everybody else to get to the next spot. So
I love it, man.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for coming on again.
course.
You're the man, Jay. And guys, if you guys want to find him, where can we find you at?
J_Stray STRAYY on Instagram. Jason Strayhand IBB Pro on Facebook. Elevate here, and on the Price of Paradise. Check me out here the next episode.
Yeah. And when's the show? What's it
Coming up
called?
November 8th. It's the Steve Carr Classic in Vegas. So this show, it's gonna qualify me for Olympia next year, and also the Arnold. I'm looking at just bringing my best package, up there, seeing what I can do. I know God's blessed me with these, to be able to stay young and keep on growing and keep getting better at the age I'm at. So like, I'm just gonna keep on going right now while I can. So but doing the show November, then after that, I'll come home to a new home, child, baby, and then some a little bit dirty food for a little bit, but back on my diet after that.
I love it, man.
You know.
All right, guys. Well, thanks again, Jay. And guys, we will catch you guys next week on The Price for Paradise. My name's Woody, and aloha. Money, dude.
Yay!
Yeah, that was awesome. Thanks, dude. That
Oh,
was
yes.
great. I love
good.
the dad talk. That was my
Oh, yeah.
favorite. Oh.
That was good.
Oh. We'll turn that off.
Woo, that's what I needed though.
You're gonna be all activated all day.